Good morning, students. I, Dr. Rupali Mishra, will be teaching you the subject Money and Financial System. Starting up with the Unit 1, which is Introduction, Evolution, and Functions of Money. We all know that money is very essential part of our life. Without money, we cannot do anything. So we can say that money ranks first among man's most important inventions, and its evolution through time is an epitome of the history of human civilization. So money is the essential part of our life. Before money, we can say what was the means of exchange of goods and services. So we used to exchange goods at that time? There was evolution of barter system. History can be tracked back to 6000 BC, first introduced by the tribes of the Mesopotamia, initially used to trade weapons, foods, items, teas and spices. Even Roman soldiers' salary was paid in barter by offering salt, etc. There have been proofs that purest form of barter were existing till 1874. But later on, we have found that the barter system it had been started deteriorating by times. So what exactly the barter system is? A barter system is an old method of exchange. This system has been used for centuries and long before money was invented. People exchange services and goods for other services and goods in return. The value of bartering items can be negotiated with the other party. So it depends upon the people who are engaged in doing this barter system, and according to them the things are carried on. Means if they wanted to purchase a particular commodity, they used to exchange item. Means whatever thing I am having, I give it to other person, and whatever thing the other person is having, I take that particular commodity to, means I purchase that particular commodity. So what is barter? It is the oldest system of trading and is the exchange of goods and services between two parties without any involvement of cash. So it was cashless economy. There was no cash involvement. Then your meaning is barter is a medium in which goods and services are exchanged directly without a common unit of exchange of money. Means there was no involvement of money. The particular commodity I am having, I give that to the other person, and the particular commodity the other person is having, that person gives it to me. Next is barter system. We can explain both the things. When we are talking about anything, they have two aspects. One is advantages and the other is disadvantages. Advantages, number one, it's easy exchange. It was very easy. I have a particular commodity and the other person have particular commodity. We exchange it without any problem. So it was very easy to exchange. Then instant exchange, there was no time lag between. I have a particular thing and the other person is having particular thing. We generally exchange. There was no time lag. Then limited production. The production of a commodity was limited because I know whatever I am making or whatever I am producing, the other person is, if the other person wants that particular commodity, then only I'll produce that commodity, otherwise I'll not produce. Similarly, for the other person also, if he or she knows that the demand for a particular commodity is there, then only the production is done, otherwise production is not done. So we can say there was limited production. Then the disadvantages were issue of double coincidence of wants. Means there should be a double coincidence of wants, means it should be necessary that if I want a particular commodity, then that person should have other commodity which I need to exchange. For example, if I want to have a cup of coffee and the other person is having So the other person should have coffee available with it. And when we are talking about the exchanging part, then that particular individual uh, want should be the same exactly what I have. Means if I have tea and that person is wanting for tea, then only we'll be able to exchange items. Means if I want coffee, I can take his coffee, and if that person wants tea, then he or she can take the tea from me. So next is difficulty in storing value. We cannot store. There was difficulty in storage because the things which were used in barter system were very perished. They used to perish very quickly. So there was difficulty in storing value. Then problem in measurement of value. There was difficulty in measurement also. We don't know the cost of a particular commodity, but we exchange it according to our needs. Next, we can say barter. Goods and services were traded without the exchange of money. Now, here there was difficulty in other way also, that uh, if there is involvement of two persons. Now, see this picture clearly. One person is saying, I'll trade you a chicken for a pair of shoes. The other person is saying, I would love to sell you these shoes, but I can't eat chicken due to my bad teeth caused by smoking. But then too they want to do a barter. So in that case, in a barter economy, a chicken farmer who wants to buy shoes may have to first trade chickens for apples and then apples for shoes, because the guy selling shoes wants only apples. Money eliminates this problem. So we can say this different. The other problem was that कि लोग performs means people जो थे वो perform करते थे activities in return of having a particular commodity. They provide their services to them, and the other person provides them with the essential things. So difficulties in barter system were, there were five major difficulties in barter system. They were double coincidence of want. As I already told you, the thing I want to have, the other person should also need to have the same instinct, that that person should have the instinct whatever thing I have, we should, then only we'll be able to exchange. So there should be double coincidence. Then lack of standard of unit. There was not a proper standing measures. We cannot measure ki whatever we are exchanging, what amount of thing is that particular commodity. Then impossibility of subdivision of goods. Now here we can say, if I have a horse and the other person is having two goats, but we need to exchange, we are doing a barter system, we'll exchange. But the other person is having two goats and I have one horse, so here I cannot divide the horse into two parts. We have to do the exchange in same process, by same way. Then lack of information. Information is less. Only we need to have the information regarding a particular commodity. If I want that particular product, I go to the other person and tell him that I want this product, but in return that person should also have the instinct to buy the product which I am having. Then next is production of large and very costly goods is not feasible. If the production is done in a large scale, or the costly materials production is done, there is no certainty. It is very uncertain that the things which we are making or producing, the people want that particular commodity. Means we don't know. Here the demand is not clear. Demand is never clear in barter system, because the thing I am having, the thing other person is having, we need to have double coincidence of want, then only the things are exchanged. So here very costly products were not manufactured until unless anybody needs that particular commodity. So lack of coincidence of want is there in barter system. Goods were exchanged through goods. In this process, wants of both buyer and seller must be coincidence. Then this is called the lack of coincidence of want. Lack of coincidence of wants make the difficulty in barter system. Lack of divisibility, we cannot divide the commodities into different parts. In barter system, we cannot divide all the commodities into smaller units. It is also one of the problem in barter system. The lack of common measure of value. In barter system, the value of every commodity can be measured in terms of other commodity, but it is not possible to measure the commodity's value with other commodity. Then difficulty in making deferred payment. What do you mean by deferred payment? Deferred payment means the payment which is made in future. The money has this ability to make the future payments, but here in barter system there was difficulty in making future payments. Means if I have a particular commodity, the other person is having the commodity, we exchange the commodity, but we cannot say that today you take this particular commodity and I'll give you the commodity in a lag of time, or later on I'll be providing it. So deferred payment means future payments. Under barter system, future payment for present transaction was not possible. It is done then and there. Then the future exchange involved some difficulties. Then lack of value. Some goods are perishable. They perish in short period. So it is not possible to store the goods in barter system for a longer time. Then we can conclude that in order to overcome the discussed difficulties in barter system, money was invented in the economy. Now, there was evolution of money. The word money is derived from the Latin word monet. The origin of the money is lost. Means we do not know from where this evolution was done. Then hunting society, skin of the wild animals were used as money. Pastoral society used livestock. Agricultural society used grains and foods. The Roman used cattle and salt. So we can say that the origin of concept money goes back to the early period of mintage. Mintage of money in Greece was done in the temple of goddess Moneta. Moneta was transformed as money in the later stages of evolution of money. Credit goes to the man, to the name of the goddess for this concept. It has been many forms with the group of human civilization. Money was the result of the difficulties, limitations of barter system. On the origin of money, Keynes says money, like certain other essential elements in civilization, is a far more ancient institution than we can brought to believe some few years ago. Its origin was lost. We don't know what is the origin. In the mist, when the ice was melting, and may well stretch back into the paradistic intervals in human history, there are two opinions about the prevalence adoption of money. So there were two adoptions of two opinions when we are talking about money. So first is theory of a spontaneous growth of money. In this theory, there was thought that this medium exchanged with the growth of human civilization, or the new product replaced the one. Then evolution theory of money was, this principle was developed by Professor Crowther. It supports human efforts for the evolution of money. Crowther considered money as one of the fundamental inventions by man. Money has been used since long periods as means for performing various economic activities. It has covered a long journey to reach its present form. Stages of evolution are also discussed in the later chapters. Evolution of money. Money was developed according to the needs and requirement. Main aims was to remove the shortcomings of barter. So money was developed according to the need. When people felt the need of money, then only money was evolved. Evolution of money, as I already told you, the word money is derived from the Latin word monet. This origin of money is lost. The people used to use it as a hunting society, skin of wild animals, pastoral society used livestock, agriculture society used grains and foods, the Roman used cattle and salt. So, the definition of money, according to Professor D.H. Robertson, anything which is widely accepted in payment for goods or in discharge of other kinds of business obligation, it is called money. According to Seligman, he defines money as one thing that possesses general acceptability. Other, according to Professor Ellie, he says money is anything that passes freely from hand to hand as a medium of exchange and is generally received in final discharge of debts. Another definition is the word money is derived from the Latin word moneto. Money can be defined as any commodity that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange and a measure of value. Then clearly we can say money is an economic unit that functions as a generally recognized medium of exchange for the transactional purposes in an economy. Money provides the services of reducing transaction cost, naming the double coincidence of wants. Money originates in the form of commodity, having a physical property to be adopted by market participants as a medium of exchange. So we can clearly, by these meanings, we can clearly define that money is one thing which does number of things which are there in our society. Means money, if we have money, we can buy or purchase any commodity we want, and it has eliminated all the difficulties which were there in barter system. So next, coming up to the functions of money. Now here we are talking about functions of money. There are four major functions, that is primary functions, secondary functions, contingent functions and other functions. Now, functions of money. First is your primary functions. It consists of medium of exchange and unit of account. The first and foremost thing when we are talking about money, we can say it is a medium of exchange. Whenever we want to buy a particular commodity, we use money as a medium of exchange. We go to the market, we purchase a commodity and in return we give the money. So it is a medium of exchange. Then unit of account. Hereby, we can know that the thing whichever we are purchasing, we know the amount. Means, for example, if we are purchasing vegetables, we know that a particular vegetable is of how much amount, and according to that, we pay the value. Then, secondary functions is store of value. Means, if for example, if we want, we can purchase gold and keep it for a longer duration, and money also, it can be kept for a longer duration, so we can store the money. There is a we can say it is a feature of money that we can store it for a longer duration. Then standard of deferred payments. We can do deferred payments whenever we want. Means whenever we want, we can make the payments. It's not necessary if we are purchasing anything, we should make the payment at that particular time only. Then easy transfer of value. We can easily transfer the value whenever we want to give the money to the other person. We give it directly without any hindrance. Then is your primary functions. In detail if we discuss, then medium of exchange. It is generally acceptable. People generally accept it. Nobody denies to take the money. Then remove the needs of double coincidence of want. The problem which occurred in barter system, that is the double coincidence of want, that is eliminated. Then removes the difficulty of barter system. All the difficulties which were there in barter system were exchanged through this money. Then money make transactions on time at any place. Money makes transactions means any transactions can be made it at any time. If we want to make the transaction right now, we make the right today presently we make the transaction, and if later on we want in 2 months 3 months we do a particular thing at that time. Then works as intermediary between labor and production to increase output. Money is very important part when we are talking about production and labor. When a labor is performing his activity, we provide them wages, and if we attach certain incentives to it, then we can see that the production is increased. Means if we want the production to be more, then we provide more incentives to the workers. So money acts as a intermediary between the labor and the production. Unit of account, then standard monetary unit for measurement of goods and services, we can easily assess them. Then it is a common denominator which determines the rate of exchange between goods and services, and it is used to check profit losses and liabilities. Then secondary function, store of value, works as a bridge between present and future value of wealth. Then it is used to meet unforeseen emergencies and to pay debts. Then equally chances of gain and losses, because it is included bonds and security and commercial papers. When we put our money into some bonds and securities, there is equal chance of getting losses as well as of getting profit. Then standard of deferred payments, debts are easily returned back with the same value of money. Then make possible contracts for goods and services against the bonds and securities. Fixed debts contents eliminates the gain or losses of creditor and debtor. Then transfer of value, money has ability to transfer value from one person to the other at any place. Apart from that, we were talking about contingent functions. Distribution of income, we can easily distribute the income without any problems. Money is the medium of exchange. If some person is providing services, in return we give the money to that person. Then giving a general form of capital, whenever we are investing anything anywhere, or whenever we are starting a new business, we want the capital, and that capital is uh, exchange, that capital is kept in form of money. Money is used in the form of capital also. Then basis of credit, if any person takes credit from me, if any person takes money from me, then later on that person can pay off, so it is also done in terms of money. Maximum satisfaction, whenever we are purchasing something, if we get that particular commodity in a less amount, they, or if more amount also, then also there is a maximum satisfaction. I am satisfied. That was very difficult in the barter system to have that maximum satisfaction effect, because if I'm having a commodity and the other person is having a commodity, but it was not necessary at that time to have the instinct to have that particular commodity with the other person was having, and that person also should have that instinct ki I want that particular commodity which I am having. But when we are talking about money, we can easily go to the market and take that particular commodity, and return we give the money. So there is maximum satisfaction that I know the value of that particular commodity, and then I am paying the amount. Then is other functions, liquidity. Now what is liquidity? Liquidity means the flow of cash, means how much money is there in flow. We purchase bonds, we purchase shares, but those shares and bonds can be converted into money whenever we want. So, money is the only thing which can be converted into liquid form whenever we want. That is known as liquidity. So, this is the one of the feature, or we can say one of the function of money, which is very essential. Then bearers of option, it is option for us to whom we want to give the money. If I want to give the money to for example, my son, I'll give the money to my son. If I want to give the money to my nephew, I'll give the money to my nephew. So it's up to me to whom I want to give the money. I'll give the money to a particular person. Then is guarantor of a solvency. What is solvency? Solvency is a status of a person which shows that that person is having money with it. That person has the money. Whenever we are judged by any person, that if for example, if I am having money, then I am solvent, and if I don't have money, then I am insolvent. So money is a guarantor that shows that the person is solvent or insolvent. So, the secondary functions clearly summarized as money is a matter of functions for a medium, a measure, a standard, and a store. As it does not complete the picture, we may add transferability more. So, these things can be considered in mind and can be judged as secondary functions. The functions of money have shown the real role of money in economic activities. Candles has termed money as the great wheel of circulation and the great instrument of commerce. Now, after going through all these, the terms of money as well as the functions of money, we can clearly say that money is something which is generally accepted, and people accept it without any consideration, without any problems, and that money is brought into circulation, and it goes by hand to hand. It passes from one person to the other, and it acts as a it governs the economy. Means if we are having money, we can do anything we want. So that is thought of ki money is very much essential for the persons who are living in the economy. If we talk about commerce, we can say money is one thing which is very important, and which is very necessary for any economic transactions which is taken in our economy. So, this finishes your introduction, evolution, and functions of money. Thank you. Please do fill this feedback form.